What's up, everybody? It's your favorite medic unit's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Magic Square Ratchet. Not to be confused with some of you hootie patooties out there in the street. No, this is a third-party Transformer Legend scale on loan to me from Robert D. He was kind enough to send these to me before he took a quick vacation, and as a result, I'm going to be kind enough to share my review of them with you. But in order to do that, we have to start with accessories. It comes with a slew of hand options, left and right pointing hands, left and right gonna get you hands, left and right outreaching hands, and a right gadget hand. All of them are swapped out the same way on the same peg system, and he has two holding hands that he's already hiding underneath his vehicle. He comes with one alternate face, just like Ironhide did. This one's a little smiley face, which is fine. He comes with one white plastic welder or some sort of, functional medical thing that will peg directly into his forearm. Unlike the Ironhide, you can only really use it here and not in alt mode because he has the light bar in alt mode. He comes with two white plastic wrenches. He will hold the wrench, but it's actually a little bit of a pain to get it in his hand, just as a heads up. He comes with two white plastic guns. Interesting little sculpt work, honestly, for both. This one's the same one as Ironhide. Not a lick of paint on either. He can hold both of those just fine. He comes with the over-the-shoulder missile launcher, this time with the red plastic, which I do think is a smart idea just for color breakup. That'll peg directly into his back and come up over his shoulder just like Ironhide. And he comes with a jetpack, I guess because why not? They could have shortchanged you on it because it's not necessary, but they threw it in. It's a nice touch of them, I think. And just like Ironhide, that will peg directly into his back. And there's the alt mode. Once again, kind of suffers from the same issues, just because of the materials, the structural integrity, as you go to kind of shift it around and stuff, ends up kind of pushing some of these panels and stuff out of whack and out of sorts. What are you gonna do? It may even be a little bit more obvious because of the white plastics, or every time you have the dark lines in between the cracks, so to speak, it's gonna stick out even more. The red paint looks nice on it, as does the cross on both sides. The blue windows are done well enough, and this time you do have this one little different piece, which is this light bar that does fold up and can stay intact with the vehicle throughout transformation. Other than that, nothing really to write home about. It rolls like a champ. There it is next to Ironhide, so that should give you another little glimpse into that. And there they both are next to Tiger Tracks. So we're gonna cover the transformation here in reverse because the Ironhide covers the transformation from robot to alt mode. So this way they're both covered on my channel. So let's begin. And for better or worse, some of the more challenging steps are kind of right in the beginning. We have to separate the top from the bottom, right? A good way to do that is to get a hold of this piece and sort of separate these two pieces, and then also pull out the front side windows, like driver side and passenger side windows, and flip those up to the top. You can even skip a step and flip the one piece in if you'd like. I think I'm going to. I should do like a whole transformation thing, but like an after dark version, Fold that down and then split these two sections here so that we have the top and the bottom. And we're going to start with the bottom, unpeg the legs from one another, and we have to deal with all of this, right? So the best way that I have found to do it is to try to untab there and then break away this whole section. Once you've done that, you can flip this in, and this in, and that in. And that's pretty much done. On this side, bit more steps to make. You have to open this up, find the one piece that flips. There she is. Flip that, and then slide it down and around to form the bottom of the foot. Rotate the toe 180. Come to the inside, flip out flap 1, flip out flap 2, bring your tire down into that spot, bring this piece down over top, that forms the side of the leg, voila, one leg done. Other leg, we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to create a little space with that one panel there, which will allow you to flip this whole section out and around. Once you've done so, we could flip long, short, or little short, little long, little short in, and then flip this down and around. And you can flip that down too if you'd like. And then we have the work to do on this side. So swing the foot down, break this section, find the one flap that flips, there she is, and then spin the toe 180. Take this entire assembly and rock it down and in. Flip out flap 1, flip out flap 2, encapsulate all of that, and then flip the foot up, lower body done. Next thing we're gonna do is sort this bumper. So if you remember, the whole top piece spins 360, and then this comes up and down and tabs back in to there, so that it forms up the kind of front of the abdomen. All right, now this section, which can be a little tricky, but not the worst thing in the world. So untab these side windows here and here, and you can untab this back section as well. Untab the arms. If you remember, they're on double hinges. Well, it's not really a double hinge, it's like a hinge connected to that ball peg. But use them both so that the arms were now sitting on the underside, and now they're sitting on the top side. Now, the next thing that we have to do is fold up window number 1, fold up window number 2, window number 1, window number 2, and then we have to kind of collapse all of this stuff. So the other thing that you have to do is take your light bar here and fold up these two sections. And this is all going to collapse so that the light bar sits between these two windows, and then these two fold up windows come around and like kind of go to the outside so that it all boxes in, and then all of that sits underneath and pegs in to the front window there. Then you can take your arms, finish sorting them on both sides. Collapse your shoulders if they haven't already collapsed from transformation, and then take this open, collapse that flap, spin this to the inside, and I think, is that right? I think that's it. And then same on this side, open up, collapse flap 1, collapse flap 2, and that's him. I'll clean him up, we'll take a look at him. So let's talk about the figure, and we'll start with the head sculpt. Once again, I think the eyes are a little big, but not as kind of egregious as Ironhide, because I think it's more appropriate for Ratchet. The kind of visor thing there, the crest is painted, and then the eyes are painted. Head's on a ball peg, you get up all the way, nothing really down, you get the side to side, nothing really for a confused Ratchet face. The shoulders, we do have the red crosses painted on them, they're nice. One thing I didn't necessarily think about is because of this, the way that this double hinge works, you can kind of get this arm a bit beyond 90 degrees. It pushes this bit out a taste, but not the biggest deal in the world. And then the 360 around. Same for this side, of course. Bicep swivel, single hinged elbow that gets you past 90 degrees, and a wrist swivel. Obviously, all same for this side. Waist swivel, you have, once that's tabbed in, you have an ab crunch forward to 90 degrees, and you have the ab crunch back that breaks the sculpt, but it still works. Let's back out. Moving, we have the silver paint, the blue paint here, and then the grayish paint down at the bottom. All looks sharp and nice. We have universals for hips that get you the full Van Damme. Little shy of the full Monty, but you get a lot on the upswing, which is really all you would need, right? Thigh swivel. Single hinged knee that gets you, oh no, oh, I'm gonna hear about that in the comments. Yeah, you get the full run on a single hinge, so that's nice. And then ankles, no ankle tilt up or down, but you do get an insane rocker. And that's this guy in a nutshell. So, size comparison wise, there he is with Ironhide. We didn't get to show that last time. There they are. There he is with both Magic Square Primes. So, fits in just as nice as Ironhide, which is to say, adequately. No problems there. And because we respect tradition, there he is with Iron Factory Blaster, old school scale, and a Hasbro Stunticon. Final thoughts wise, we'll start with the negatives, and I don't want to harp too much on it, but once again, the materials, it's exactly the same situation as Ironhide. Because of how soft they are, sometimes it affects the stability and structural integrity of what you're trying to do and makes for a less than enjoyable experience. No need to drill it home anymore for the same mold, but it just needs to be said. I also would prefer if a lot more of the accessories incorporated into alt mode, and I would prefer if he held the wrenches better, which is also a bit of an issue. Outside of that, I don't really have anything too much to report. Positives wise, same kind of deal. Tons of articulation. The articulation is super fun to mess with and manipulate. As a result, a lot of character ends up coming through. Tons of accessories. They throw everything they can at you. That's always appreciated by me. The sculpt does exactly what it's trying to do. And one thing I will say, like, it is an intricate transformation. You know, given different materials and a different size, you know, I think that one of the things about Legends is like the transformation should be fun and like kind of like no big deal. And not to say that this is like calculus, but it's not in the no big deal category. But yep, I can recommend it if you're in for the scale and in for the line. Other than that, kind of status quo. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.